About to deep dive my Spain and France pictures to find the picture of me by the bench. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess, and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about The Cheetah Girls 2. The Cheetah Girls 2 is a 2006 Disney Channel original movie. It's about the cheetah girls who find themselves in Spain, distracted by life when they almost have a singing competition stolen from them. It is directed by Kenny Ortega, cinematography by Daniel Aranyo, editing by Charles Ireland, music by David Lawrence, and it's written by Bethesda Brown and Alison Taylor. The film stars Raven Simonye as Galleria, Adrienne Houghton as Chanel, Sabrina Bryan as Dorinda, and Kiley Williams as Aqua. The entire film was shot on location in Barcelona, and it became the highest premiered Disney film, beating out High School Musical, which is hilarious because Kenny Ortega directed High School Musical. I don't have a standout shot, like camera, like picture composition wise, but a shot that I was just like, this is insane, was Raven climbing up those stairs and that ridiculous, like, dress train jacket thing. So insane. Gorgeous, but insane. Otherwise, this is very ambitious. The amount of coverage they have so they can, like, cut to anything and everything they might need is awesome. You can tell it's a bigger budget, purely based on the fact that it's entirely shot in Barcelona. That's crazy. But second of all, just the opening alone, the amount of shots they had to cut to was crazy. So you can tell right away they were able to cover more. They just had more time to be able to film more things, which was super exciting. There were some out of focus shots, which was a little disappointing, but nothing compared to Raven Week. I'm gonna say the specific thing that stood out to me was the opening, because that's where I was like, oh my god, look at how much they have to cut to, how exciting. So the edit was just like bam, 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 bam. And with the amount of coverage they got, it really helps make the girls look like they're really great dancers and really great performers when maybe they aren't such great dancers. You know, I remember in the first one being like, Dorinda's supposed to be this incredible dancer and all she knows how to do is a no-handed cartwheel. She was a good dancer, but you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do it. I'm not sitting here, like, on my high horse thinking I could do it. No, absolutely not. But the Joaquin in this movie is an incredible dancer, and you can see that in the shots they choose with him. And I think he elevates Sabrina's dancing a bit, but also with the sheer amount of coverage they had to cut to, it just makes the girls look so great and so professional and such great dancers and performers. So yeah, I thought the edit probably is the part that stood out. My standout songs from this movie have and always will be Strut and It's Over. I love It's Over. I always loved It's Over. Four voices perfectly blending right from the start. Oh, so good. Also, It's Over is the only song that they sing that is like just like an actual musical song. Like there was no other choice but for them to sing. While every other song they sing is like a song they are performing on purpose as the Cheetah Girls. It's Over is the only one that they sing that makes this technically like that kind of musical, if that makes sense. And then I also never realized how many songs are in this movie that aren't Cheetah Girls songs. So there's a lot of like random songs that just happen while they're doing stuff. And then Marisol obviously also has a song, and then there's a couple other people that have songs. So like the Cheetah Girls really only have Party's Just Begun right at the beginning. They've got Strut, they've got It's Over, they've got Amigas Cheetahs, and then they've got the one with all the mirrors that they sing, and then technically like they kind of partially sing the lullaby song, which is a lot, but then there's a lot of other music in the film as well. So I just thought that was crazy. Standout scene or plot for me, tell me why Adrienne kills me in every one of these movies. Like Chanel's plot just gets me every time. In the first one, I'm pretty sure I cried because of Chanel, and in this one, I cried again because of Chanel. Chanel's heart-to-heart with Luke is so good, and I think it's kind of a testament to Adrienne. I think she has really cheesy moments, but in some scenes, she's so genuine. It's just so good. No, I have a lot of lines, so we're gonna start with the first one. No one's gonna tear us apart. You want to talk about a foreshadowing line as blatant and as subtle as a gunshot. That's it. No one's going to tear us apart. Setting us up for, for sure something's going to happen that's going to start to tear them apart. You probably could have guessed that anyway, just like the first one, but still, you want it verbatim in the beginning of the movie that's going to happen. No one's going to tear us apart. Foreshadowing line at its finest. Other lines that took me out were the exchange of, do you believe you can win this competition? And Galleria saying, no ma'am. That was powerful to me. I thought that was a really, because Galleria is being realistic of like, we haven't rehearsed, so I don't think we can win this competition. And her mom is asking her, like, I think knowing that Galleria will tell the truth, and for Galleria to say no, she knows that Galleria is being very serious. And I think that exchange is very mature and powerful. And then that's what everybody says until they do it. Adrienne talking to Luke, and when he says, I'd never want to hurt your mom, and she says, that's what everyone says until they do it. Oh, that also is so powerful and has such weight to it. And then soon after that, she says, I would be so proud to be part of your family. That's the one that got me. That's the one that took me out. It was, I started crying. Other things, Marisol and Chanel. Marisol's mom was shady from the beginning. How they were like, oh, we think we can trust her. No way. I'd be like, who are you? Go away. How are you being nice to me when your daughter's the competition? She's lost 2 times. Get out of my face. And then a lot of people I know in the first one, we talk about how awful Galleria is because she is terrible in the first one. This one, definitely not at all. So in the first one, we deal with Galleria having all these control issues and then kind of being like a turd blossom to the girls, because in the first one she gets like kind of big britches and starts to like control everything and also speak like she's the only important one, kind of, where in this one you can tell she's just dedicated and wants to rehearse, and everyone is kind of distracted by the other things. They're in Spain, they're teenagers, whatever, but Galleria lets them go. It's not like she's like, no, stay here for rehearsal. She's disappointed, but she's like, okay, and they go and whatever, and all that. So I think Galleria did grow in the first one and kept that growth in this one. And some people might say she's being a little bit, too harsh or whatever. I don't think she has a harsh moment. Like when she decides to leave, that might be a little dramatic. But I also saw where she was coming from with wanting to leave, Adrienne. Chanel says, like, give me some space, go take some time, like, you're trying to be a control freak, even though she really wasn't. And Galleria says, you know what? Dorinda's got this, Joaquin and the dancing thing. Aqua's got science and fashion going on. Chanel is bonding with Marisol and also, like, trying to build this family with Luke and her mom. I think, I'm done. I have nothing. The only thing I had here in Spain was the music thing, and, like, I think I'm just gonna go home. I totally respect the decision. Is it a bit dramatic? Of course. But I respect the decision nonetheless. And then when everyone else, like, is kind of like, you know what? We were all really distracted. We kind of let her down. I'm okay with that. Granted, the things they were doing weren't bad things, and they're teenagers, they're allowed to do those things, but they need to communicate and say, like, hey, maybe we don't want to do this competition, we just want to have a fun time in Spain, even though they did want to do the competition. But if they want to do the competition and win it, they do have to rehearse and be good. So I was kind of on Galleria's side in this one, and I was also in with that. I kind of have said she didn't have a side thing, Adrienne. Chanel had her mom, Luke, and Marisol going on. Dorinda had Joaquin and the dancing. Aqua had the fashion design and the science and all that kind of stuff. So Galleria's only thing was the music, so of course she was the most focused one. And she's the one that, was writing the songs or whatever. Other things that kind of, whatever. Dorinda's reaction to Joaquin and his friends it was so cringe. I had secondhand embarrassment for that. Couldn't deal with her in that one. But otherwise, story-wise, this is pretty solid. They balanced the characters really well. Obviously, Galleria and Chanel have always been kind of the forefront too. I feel like Aqua has always been the one that kind of gets a little bit less of a storyline because even, in the first one, Dorinda had the, like, foster family, whatever. but we didn't really dive into Aqua. I feel like it's the same in this one. Aqua kind of has like the fashion design and stuff, but we dive very much into Dorinda and Joaquin, Chanel and her family, Galleria and her music. So I do feel like Aqua's getting the shortest end of the stick there. But otherwise, it was pretty solid. Like, it was very entertaining. I mean, I've seen it before, and I love this movie, but, like, looking at it through a critic's eye, there are moments that it's like, okay, this is like a Disney movie, or a Disney TV release for, like, maybe some preteens, but the scene between Chanel and Luke is so good. Favorite part has to be I'd be proud to be part of your family. So good. I mean, it's the one that made me cry, so I think that's so good. My least favorite scene, probably Dorinda overreacting to Joaquin, not introducing her to his friends. That was really cringe. That was a stretch. I couldn't deal with that. Recommend, of course. Watch again, of course. Specific moments. Chanel's mom saying yes by saying Dorothea has to come was so sweet. Such a, like, friend-mom moment for sure. Raven doing the entire strut sequence in those heels was insane. She was the only one in heels for that sequence. Oh my god, just all of it. I was like, this has to be the most painful day of shooting for Raven ever. Like, oh, I can't believe she did that entire sequence in those heels. That's insane to me, actually. And then Luke's house was huge, so crazy. And Joaquin's little, like, celebration when Dorinda said yes to him was the sweetest thing ever. The scene with Dorinda and Joaquin's tango moment reminded me very much of a Julian the Phantom scene, which is so hysterical because Kenny Ortega. And then the disc on Galleria's head that her hat made the top of the hat for, stupid. It went clear across her forehead, and there are scenes where her hair would be pushed back and you could just see it like half on her forehead, and it made me laugh because I thought it was dumb. It looks sick with her hair on it. Like, it looks really cool that way, but when her hair would fly back and you just see half her forehead, really stupid. And then that final sequence, Amigas Cheetahs, I think Chanel's outfit is the best. I think it holds up to today. Her pants are incredible with the flowers along the side, and I love her, like, tight bun. It's so good. I think Galleria's outfit is the next best outfit, but I just hate that in this movie, they drowned Raven in fabric because she's the bigger one. When, no, she's still very mid-size. So I don't think you need to be drowning Raven in fabric to be the big girl representation. She's beautiful. She is beautiful. She's beautiful at any size, but you understand what I'm saying. In the outfits when they perform at the club, she's in, like, bell-bottom pants to kind of, like, accentuate the figure. And it's a lot of fabric. In another scene, she's in a lot of fabric. And then the final scene, her outfit is so much fabric. And I'm like, you could have just put her in something similar to the other girls. But, like, I mean, her outfit is fabulous. Don't get me wrong. Could have put it. Dorinda's outfit was so bizarre. I don't know what that was supposed to be. And Aqua's outfit is very forgettable. So I don't think they did a good job. I think Chanel's outfit is the outfit of the last scene. Otherwise, that's everything, I think. I enjoyed this movie very much. It's a bop for sure. I think I might like it better than the first one, but it's hard. I think I like the... No, I can't even say that. I like both. I think the first one is just, like, have some parts of it that I'm like, oh my god. And Galleria is really unlikable. Where in this one, I don't think any of them have any moments where I'm like, oh my god, I can't stand you, which is great. I think it's all very, I can understand every point of view, every plot, every moment, every whatever. So I think I maybe do like this one more. But it's so hard, because they're good. They're good. That's it. That's everything I have. So my final rating is, I don't actually know, 6 Sagrada Familias. Actually, there's only one, but 6 Sagrada Familias out of 10. Our total movie count is. Our cry count is. Parent Death Toll is still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1 where you can get every video a week early and a coupon code for merch. Buy merch, okay? Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, and I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so do you. And don't be Lola about it. I have been to the bench. This is it. Right there. The bench. The bench. I don't think I have a picture of myself at the bench, which is kind of a crime, honestly. Cinematography compass. I didn't change the color of the freaking mirror, and it's gonna change. I'm just gonna leave it because the cheetah spots are yellow. We're leaving it. It's fine. Whatever.